What's going on, everyone? We are back with another rebuild, and today we have the second part of that trade that happened yesterday, the James Harden trade. We got the Rockets rebuild today. Did the Nets yesterday. Wasn't really a rebuild, just, kind of solidified their team for this year, and it actually, didn't end up the way I thought it would. But anyway, we got the Rockets now, who, a team, won 2 years ago. We're looking like their championship opportunity kind of passed. It was, I think, obviously their best chance was that 1 year. They were up 3-2 on the Warriors, and then I don't know if that was 3 seasons ago now. I don't remember what it was. I think it was at least 3 seasons ago now, though. But yeah, Chris Paul got injured, and Warriors were able to win in 7, and then ended up winning the finals. That year, Rockets probably could have won. But anyway, yeah, the championship window looked like it passed for this team. It looks like they were just trying to do whatever they could to get James Harden the help he needed. And they didn't really, get it to what they needed it to be at. Going from Chris Paul to Russell Westbrook, personally, I thought was a downgrade, and I think it showed it was. I think the team was definitely worse. You could also say the pieces around him were worse, though, too. Or at least didn't fit the play styles. But, now, I absolutely love what the Rockets did. This is exactly how I like rebuilding teams. If I don't think the team I'm rebuilding is championship contending, like, if they don't have a guy who's going to lead them, like, just kind of get young guys. And eventually, hopefully you hit with one of them and they become like a James Harden caliber player. They gave up, or I don't think they, anyway, when they got James Harden, since then, we're looking like they, either it was championship or, nothing for like 20 years. Like, they were just not going to have anything for that long. They didn't have any assets or anything. Then they were able to trade Westbrook for some assets. And then they were able to get hella assets for James Harden. They ended up picking up Christian Wood. You got John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins. You got Victor Oladipo now. I think John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Gordon, PJ Tucker, they're all kind of old now. Definitely on the decline. I mean, like, DeMarcus Cousins obviously isn't the guy he was like 4 years ago. Same with John Wall. VO, I don't see the championship window having John Wall, VO, or DeMarcus Cousins on this team. And you got so many draft picks. I think you just, keep going with that. You got Christian Wood. He's 25 years old. He could be a nice vet for the team, by the time they're championship contenders. But anyway, that's kind of where I'm going at. I'm probably going to get rid of John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, just being the ages that they are. This is definitely going to be a multi-year rebuild. And yeah, let's look at their contracts. If I have them for more than one season, okay, yeah. DeMarcus Cousins got to go. VO has got to go. And John Wall could stay, but he probably will go just because he's old and he'll probably start declining. But VO, DeMarcus Cousins, I don't want them back on the team. So I'm just going to get what I can for them now. I'd obviously love to do this trade, but this is definitely way too unrealistic. Getting Devin Booker, no way the Suns give him up. So probably going to have to make my own trade because I didn't see anything I like. But we'll look at DeMarcus Cousins first. So this is definitely a really nice move. Michael Porter Jr. being 22 years old. Going to be on a cheap deal for this year and next year. We'll have his bird rights. Definitely fits the window a lot more. Would Denver give Michael Porter Jr. up for DeMarcus Cousins and PJ Tucker? Probably not. I'm willing to give like 2 second-round picks. But at the end of the day, they're competing now. DeMarcus Cousins obviously will help with the big man situation. And now they want to do Eric Gordon and Will Barton. I think that's even more unrealistic, so we're just going to go with the initial trade. Because 2K loves to do this. When I make the trade better, they don't want to do it anymore. So we'll just do the initial trade because that's what we have to do. Alright, we're going to trade John Wall and this lottery protected first for Zach LaVine and Otto Porter. I don't understand why a lottery protected first is so good. I'm kind of confused. I thought, like, Like, so the Pistons would get it because it's lottery protected, and they're definitely going to have a lottery pick. And then the next year, does it just become a normal first round pick, or does it stay lottery protected? I'm a little confused on that, because I don't know why it would be 2.5-star value if it's not going to be a lottery pick. It should be like a 2-star value pick. But anyway, definitely like the 25-year-old versus 30-year-old. I obviously love Zach LaVine in this game. He's going to be a nice shooting guard. So we have now turned John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins into Michael Porter Jr., Zach LaVine, and with Christian Wood is so good. So we're going to trade Victor Oladipo now. And we're definitely not tanking now because we definitely have a nice 3 like that. All right, another young point guard in DeJounte Murray. We also get Rudy Gay. I'm fine keeping him for now, just nice off the bench. Or I guess he'd be in the starting lineup right now, but that'll change because Christian Wood's not going to be our starting center. Mitchell Robinson, as always, is a great pickup. He has a team option, so we'll have him next year for less than $2 million. I mean, we're getting off a huge contract at almost $30 million. How did he get that contract? But Elfrid Payton, also very cheap. Solid backup point guard, I think. So that'll be nice. So our starting lineup is set. We also have Rudy Gay. Eric Gordon's fine for now, I guess. Yeah, he's getting paid $17 million. I probably want him off the books. I could always trade him in the offseason, but I'll look to move him now. As far as positions off the bench, I mean, if we move Eric Gordon, a shooting guard or a small forward is what we would need. All right, we're going to trade Eric Gordon, Ben McLemore, and a first-round pick for Lou Dort, who's looking like being a really solid small forward. He's not going to play for the team this year. I do want to assign him to the G League and get him, his overall up a little bit more. I know he's a little bit old for that, but we do need a wing player, so we're going to bring Robert Covington back. I'll probably look to trade him in the offseason, but for now, he can be our backup small forward. All right, I'm going to bring in Brook Lopez. 81 overall, can't complain. I know his overall is going to dip a bunch by the time the offseason comes around, but it's fine. Wait, what happened? Didn't we already have a backup power forward too? Oh my god. Okay, so we're moving Robert Covington to backup power forward because we don't have a backup power forward anymore. I'm so messed up. I thought we only needed a shooting guard and a small forward. All right, so the team won 46 games, which is a huge dub. Oh my god, my controller disconnected again. All right, cool. So we went 46 and 36. We got no awards probably. We're looking for Rockets players. I doubt we got anybody anywhere. Maybe defensive teams. Yeah, we got DeJounte Murray, so that's cool. We are the 8th seed, so not expecting too much. I mean, I wasn't expecting much going into the season. We were 3 games better than the Mavericks. That's crazy. We were actually pretty close to getting a top 4 seed. We were only 3 games back of the 4th seed. We were actually pretty close to getting the 2nd seed. It was actually really close. It was like, what was that, 4 games? Yeah, 4 games. Damn, that's crazy. And we also had a bad second half of the season, so that could have been a lot better. Bro, 2K is capping the Nets, because I did this yesterday. The fact that they're not miles ahead of the Celtics is crazy. But let's see how everybody performed this season. Zach LaVine, 30 points. Oh my god. Christian Wood did nice. Michael Porter Jr. All of them are going to look real nice going into the next season. We're just going to simulate the round. I'm not expecting much. We do take him to 6 games to close out. We did get blown out, though. 120 and 97. It was really just that 4th quarter where we absolutely blew it. This was a game up until that point. I mean, it was, yeah. Kawhi Leonard. Ooh. Oh my god, 39 piece on us. But Nets actually win the finals, which is very annoying because yesterday they didn't. But James Harden is the finals MVP, shooting 68 and 65. Oh my god, that's crazy. Team player options, yes. What? Yo, he didn't actually get that much better. He's only 79 overall, but we're obviously going to accept him because the 79 overall at $2 million is pretty good. Did Kawhi decline that offer, I think? He did. He usually does. We don't have that much cap room. We'd have to trade a lot of pieces if we wanted to get Kawhi Leonard. Who would we have to trade? Let's go trade finder. As far as we'd probably have, I mean, we'd have to clear 40 million in space. I mean, Brooke Lopez I'd be fine trading with his age. Robert Covington I'd be fine trading. That's 25 mil. And then would I want to trade any of these guys? I mean, they're not exactly too expensive, but I would want to trade Brooke Lopez and Robert Covington anyway, so I do want to see what I can get for them. All right, I don't know why the Grizzlies want to make this trade, but Jaren Jackson Jr. and a first for Robert Covington and Brooke Lopez? This rebuild has kind of gone off the deep end at this point, but I definitely like Jaren Jackson Jr. over Christian Wood, starting just for the defense, really. Just because of Michael Porter Jr., really. I mean, that's really the only reason I don't want Christian Wood starting. But you know what? It's whatever 2K wants the lineup to be. So now I don't think we need Kawhi. We have a bunch of solid players. Well, we actually went down a lot in money. If we go to moratorium, we have 13 million. What? Okay, we have to get rid of a little bit more money. But I think we can make this work. Alright, we're going to trade Christian Wood for 2 first-round picks. This is going to suck if Kawhi doesn't sign with us. He's the only reason we're doing this. We're giving him as much as we can. I do not care. We're giving him as much as we can. We can give him 39 mil? He's expecting 40. Why did that only give us that much? Because we should be able to give him everything. Okay, anyway. No. Okay, we're going to do that. I don't care. Option. Player option. I'll just give you the most. I'll give you whatever I can. And if he doesn't accept it, he doesn't accept it. Oh my god, he agreed. He agreed. We had to renounce rights on you. You. I'm totally okay with this. Did it work? This is like the... I've only gone after Kawhi like 2 times in rebuilds because I normally don't go an extra year. Usually it's like competing now where I've been doing simulations lately. But I've gone for Kawhi, probably a few times. But like he signed with me twice. I've never been... That's crazy. I mean, we're winning a championship now. Michael Porter Jr. might have to go now. Because we can't move Kawhi to power forward because Jaren Jackson Jr. is there. We can't move him to power forward because, again, we could move Jaren Jackson Jr. to center. Mitchell Robinson would be backup. I mean, at the end of the day, that's still a nasty lineup. And Jaren Jackson Jr., his inside defense is obviously amazing, so we could move him to center, and then he would stretch the floor pretty nicely, even though we don't really need that. And that way, Michael Porter Jr. could start. But at the end of the day, I'll see what Michael Porter Jr. gets us. If he doesn't get me what I would want, then we'll just keep him. He might be a backup even. I don't really know. All right, we're at player progression. I mean, we got 86 overall, 86, 86, 83. Mitchell Robinson's 83. Lou Dort is up to a 79. Duncan Robinson, I signed. We had to renounce the rights on Elfrid Payton and someone else. Sterling Brown, I think. But that's okay. I like Duncan Robinson more than them. With the whole situation, I don't know what's going to go on with him. He might be traded just because I wouldn't want to bring Michael Porter Jr. and him off the bench because they're both bad defenders. So, Kenyon Martin, though, up to a 75, so he should be good trade value at this point. Daniel House, Mason Jones, all nice. Broderick Thomas, all nice. Hopefully they're all good trade value. I think this team's in a good position to compete now, especially with Kawhi. All right, we could probably definitely get a better trade than this because we're giving up a lot, but at the end of the day, this fills the 2 positions we need. We can move Colin Sexton to a point guard. We can Hassan Whiteside fits at center, obviously. All right, we're gonna try and get Brandon Clark, who's an 81 overall. We're gonna give up Lou Dort. We can give this first round pickup. We have a lot of picks at this point, so I'm good going all in at this point. Okay, it only took 2 first round picks, so that's whatever. So we have. The defense is definitely a lot better now. Definitely probably want a defensive-oriented point guard for off the bench. And so we got Kenyon Martin to help us out with that. Also Daniel House. All right, we have the Pistons with Killian Hayes. It might be kind of hard to trade for him. But we will throw in Kevin Martin Jr. we will throw in Daniel House. And we'll throw in all the first-round picks that they want. They're getting their first-round pick back. They're getting another one. They're getting another one. And they do the trade. It doesn't matter at this point. This is the only year of the rebuild, really. So we got DeJounte Murray, Zach LaVine, Kawhi Leonard, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Mitchell Robinson. And off the bench, we have Michael Porter Jr., Colin Sexton, Brandon Clark, Hassan Whiteside, and Killian Hayes. Looks really nice. I'm going to lower Michael Porter Jr.'s minutes a little bit. Kawhi's got a lot. We need our point guard to get a little bit more minutes. We also have to worry about our center a little bit. See, it just hurts because Kawhi Leonard's getting 36 minutes. But Michael Porter Jr. can also get power forward minutes, but so it's okay. But so does Brandon Clark. But it's whatever. System proficiency, 4-star, 7 seconds. Looked fine to me. So let's see how good this team does. Hopefully we win a championship because that's always the goal. Alright, so the team I think won 61 games. Yeah, 61-21. Just solid. It's solid. We didn't even win Coach of the Year. Looking for Rockets. We should have Kawhi Leonard somewhere in here. Alright, he was on the third team. Okay. Any Rockets in here? We got him on the all-defensive team. Same with DeJounte Murray. Where are we? We're first seed, obviously, going against the Lakers, who don't have LeBron. I don't know where LeBron is. He might be retired now. Because Kuzma was starting. He may have retired, I guess. I don't know. But you know, we're 61-21. I should actually look. Look at the rosters. Let's go all players. Damn, LeBron retired. 2K21's weird, man. Really weird. But Timberwolves were only 6 games worse than us. Anthony Edwards progressed really nicely, so that's why. Other than that, I'm not impressed by their team, though. Pelicans are always doing Pelican things. I mean, Brandon Ingram, Zion is looking really nice. In the East, we got the Cavs. Ooh. I hate 2K, man. Apparently, Jared Allen off the bench makes them a 59-win team. Okay, and then the Magic. Yo, if I see this next season, the top 2 teams are the Cavs and the Magic. Oh my god, I will lose my mind. No way that happens, bro. No way. Oh my god, but let's look at season stats here. We got Kawhi at 23. Zach LaVine 19.5, way down from his 30 points the season before. Oh my god. He's getting paid $1 million for every point per game. That's hilarious. Colin Sexton, 14.5. Michael Porter Jr., 14 off the bench. Jaren Jackson Jr., 13.5. All really nice. Got them rebounds. Assists, DeJounte Murray, Kawhi, Zach LaVine, Killian Hayes off the bench, not getting, a lot of minutes, doing nice in the time that he is on the court. Then we got Killian Hayes actually shooting pretty well. That's like the one thing I'm hating about this year with Killian Hayes is that he's not shooting well. Kawhi Leonard actually 54-90. Okay. We got the Lakers in the first round. Not too scared about them, and we do beat them in 5. Beat them by 15 in the closeout. Kawhi, Zach LaVine, Michael Porter Jr. all score over 20 points. Now we got Golden State here with Steph, Clay, Andrew Wiggins, Eric Pascal, James Wiseman. Starting lineup's actually looking really nice. If Clay comes back and is still like Clay, which I mean, like he was kind of just like a catch and shoot type guy. Obviously defensively, I don't know what's gonna happen to him, but offensively, I don't think he should be that much worse. He shouldn't really decline on the offensive side, I don't think. But simulate that round, and we beat them in 6. Steph Curry, James Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins all had nice games, but Kawhi Leonard 38, Colin Sexton 27, and Zach LaVine 24. We got buckets, bro. Now we got Phoenix, who we could have traded for Devin Booker, obviously. That would have been way too unrealistic. I don't think anything we did was too unrealistic. Kawhi Leonard, coming to a contender. Zach LaVine not wanting to be with the Bulls. DeJounte Murray, I actually think was a little bit unrealistic. I think Jaren Jackson Jr. was definitely the most unrealistic thing about this entire rebuild, though. But Michael Porter Jr. for DeMarcus Cousins may have been up there, too. But Phoenix, with Devin Booker, no chance they get rid of him with where they're at. They got Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, and Devin Booker. That's actually a really solid team. And we beat them in 7. Oh, my God. Like, that team is crazy. But Jaren Jackson Jr., 27. Kawhi Leonard, 22. And the rest of the team did their thing. DeJounte Murray could shot a little bit better. But we've got Celtics here with Westbrook, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum. Okay, their big men still suck. But you know what? They got a really good point guard. They beat Brooklyn in the second round. Do they still have James Harden? Yeah, wow. This is honestly, that is so underwhelming. It kind of irritates me. But simulate the round and we sweep them. Zach LaVine, Finals MVP. Okay. Yo, did you see his shooting percentages? Oh my god. Oh my god, Zach LaVine. Oh, that's advanced stats. Okay, so nothing insane throughout the entire playoffs, but in the series, he went off, bro. 4 guys scoring over 20 points. I mean, you just can't guard this team, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, this rebuild would take a lot longer than just, you know, by next season they're competing again. Obviously, that would depend, you know, if Kawhi Leonard did want to go to the Rockets. I think it's obviously very possible that they're contenders again, because Kawhi does make teams contenders. Especially the pieces around him. I think they do have nice trade pieces. Obviously, they wouldn't get guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. and Michael Porter Jr. But anybody else, I think, would be a realistic trade. To get, you probably have to give up a little bit more for some of the players. Like Zach LaVine, Mitchell Robinson, DeJounte Murray, I think you'd have to give up a little bit more. But, you know, everything else was what it was. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And, do I do a Pacers isn't, like, anything significantly different, you know? Like, Victor Oladipo to Karis LeVert. But I might do the Cavs just because the Cavs suck. And I definitely am interested in what direction that team can go. But yeah, anyway, catch you guys in the next video. Peace.